remember one of the most powerful things that changed my life that I heard was that knowledge is wealth. And it really did change my life. My confidence, my intelligence, my ability to speak, my ability to show up and to earn respect from other people. And especially, all of this collectively has allowed me to earn even more respect for myself than ever before in my life. I didn't come from wealth. I didn't come from an upbringing with a lot of money, with a lot of resources. My own parents couldn't help me with homework because they didn't understand it either. And that's not to shame them, you know? It's not anyone's fault that we weren't born into a family with money and wealth. It's nobody's fault, okay? But I realized that I was in control and I had the control to change my abilities, change how I feel about myself, and how confident I can show up in the world today with the effort that I put into my free time in order to grow and to be better and to be more intelligent. Like I said, come from many resources, didn't come from a lot of opportunity to grow and learn. I was always in the lowest level of math classes or writing classes or all these classes. I was never in any AP. I never had an AP class. The point is, you can change that path of your life if you want to. This isn't to say that I'm better than anyone. It's just the burning desire that I had to change my life, because I did not come from a family of wealth. So there was no one to give me kind of the resources or the knowledge or the advice to grow. But one time I saw this person say, knowledge is key. And we have access to that every single day. YouTube, books, all of it. And trust me, when I was younger, I was that kid that would cheat so hard with my reading logs. I would literally force my mom to sign it, her and I knowing I did not read. Or even I would just fake reading. Or when it was reading time at school, I would sit there so distracted looking at everything else but the book. I hated reading, right? And it wasn't until I got older where I realized I can enjoy reading if it's a book that I'm actually interested in. And this is one of the best things for me. So I really got into reading when I was at a really low state in my life and I wanted to be better. So I got into self-help books. I wanted to change my life. I wanted to feel better. And from then, I just kept going and going. Eventually, I realized, yes, I want to grow success. I want to grow wealth. And what better way? I don't have a mentor. I don't have anyone to show me, to guide me, or anything. So get into books. I found authors who were writing books of how they grew and earned success. And what better way to get knowledge from a free resource? Like, I would just go to my library, check out a book for free, or you can go on Amazon, order a book, or Barnes & Noble, wherever, and people that are wealthy and have achieved wealth and success literally write books, and you can learn from them. And I just collectively just read a bunch of books. Or even on YouTube, there's a bunch of people nowadays sharing knowledge about everything. Anything that you are interested in, go on YouTube and just learn. Learning has changed my life, guys. I feel confident enough to speak to you guys. It's really all about learning. It's all about communication. And reading has really, really, really strengthened my communication in so many ways. Like I said, I can speak to you guys very clearly here and with confidence and with ease. I'm not scripting anything. I literally speak from my heart. That's how passionate this is for me. You find something that you are passionate about, you go and learn about it, boom, you can share it with other people and influence so many other people. It's incredible. It's given me the ability and the comfort to literally talk to anyone. Oh my gosh. There's one person that I know that has a lot of success, and I never felt comfortable enough to speak to them, to even ask them for any advice, to even ask them, how did you build this wealth? Or what resources can you give me in order for me to be at the level that you are, or at least closer to that level, right? And I was always so scared. I would just like admire, like, wow, like they're so wealthy, they're so rich, like this is the richest person I know. Yet I had no balls to ask them anything about how they got there. What I'm trying to get at is that I used to be so scared to approach people, to talk to people. And I swear, because I read, because I learn so much, those things have given me so much confidence. So much confidence. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. At the end of the day, everyone is just human, right? But look, I guess people can understand that, but people think, okay, but Joanna, I'm still so uncomfortable. Like, I can't approach this person. I can't do this. Guys, when you get into reading, when you get into perfecting your communication skills, practicing it daily, those habits that you do for yourself, collectively, oh my gosh, it has built my confidence through the roof. Within like what? It's been like 2 years where I've consistently been reading, learning. I go on YouTube, I watch podcasts, I listen to people speak about different random topics because it's always good to be informed. I try to be really conscious of scrolling on social media because, you know, it's really easy to get into that loop of just sitting there and scrolling, and you're not really charging your brain at all. So I do my best to tell myself, okay, if you're gonna scroll, you're gonna go learn for an hour. Put your phone down and listen to this podcast and write notes, annotate, or at least 10 pages a day. Small habits. You can even start with 5 pages a day. But I promise, this is the start. I literally think of it as I have no money to start a business. I have no one to guide me into how to do it. But you know what's in front of me? You know what we all have access to? We have access to books. We have access to YouTube. ChatGPT, I say because that's literally my Google. ChatGPT will literally teach you about anything. Go ask it something that you're interested in learning about. Trust me. The first time I got put onto ChatGPT, I was actually training a client, and she was telling me how she uses it all the time. And I'm like, what's the hype? Guys, I sat at Starbucks for 4 hours talking to ChatGPT, learning. I opened my notebook. I was just writing down a bunch of stuff that I could learn because they share so much information. It's incredible. You can do it with ChatGPT, books. If you know someone that knows a lot, ask them to go out to coffee with you. It doesn't hurt to buy them a coffee, especially if they have success and wealth and they have something that you don't, that they can teach you and that you can get more informed on and more confident in, especially if you kind of know what you want to do, you know, your niche. I don't know what people call it. Some people call it different things, but whatever. What I'm trying to get at is like, always be willing to learn. Always be willing to hear what people have to say. I'm always so interested in the lives of other people because we've all lived different lives. Everyone has lived a different experience. Everyone has their own passion and desires and goals, and you can ask them about it, and it's so interesting to learn something new from someone. Like, you don't even have to sit there and watch a YouTube video. If you engage with people every day, try to think of, what can I learn from this person today? You can literally ask them, what do you like to do in your free time? And they can tell you something about what they like, especially when you're communicating in this way. People love to talk about things that make them glow, that make them happy. Be that person to speak to them. Those are little ways that you can start getting into the habit of communicating and feeling more confident with talking to people. What I was trying to get at with this wealthy person that I know is that there was a time where I was so scared to talk to them, and then once I literally developed like my whole learning, getting into understanding, communicating better, feeling more confident about the way that I speak, when I saw them again, I was like, so how does it feel to achieve what you have achieved? What was your motive? What drove you to want to get that far? You know, all those things, like asking these questions that they find super, they really will look at you when people are actually not afraid to ask them questions. They find you so interesting because you are trying to understand more about them, because a lot of people also see them as this figure and they can be so intimidating, and I can understand why, because I was once in the shoes of thinking that like these people are so intimidating because like, do they even have time for me? Like, bro, you don't even know until you ask. Just go and ask. Hello. But it's so important to just learn. Try learning a bunch of new things. Go and research, maybe watch a YouTuber who talks about a certain topic. If you want to learn a language, you can go do that. But I devote 1 hour of learning every single day, and I swear it has changed so much of my confidence and the way that I show up for people. It's kind of like changed so much of my own standards too. It's like, I'm willing to do all these things to learn, to get better, and I'm not going to settle for anyone in my life who's not willing to, you know, like put that effort into their own lives. Like, no disrespect to anyone who doesn't do this stuff, but like, you really change the people and the standards that you have in your life based off the way that you change for yourself. In the long run, this is your life, you know? Learning has really changed my life. I like to learn randomly just for fun. I like to utilize my free time in that way because I'm trying to change trajectory of my family's generation, and because there's no one in my life who has done it. And I think to myself, like, I really want to change my life. I've been surrounded by a wealthy environment of people. I grew up in a really suburban, wealthy town, and it's really only motivated me so much more to get there. And that's the cool part about exposing yourself to environments where there's wealth all over you. Don't think of money and wealth as something negative, as people that are bad people. Like, whatever. If you have that mindset on money and you have that mindset on wealthy people, you're never going to attract it. You have to have a positive mindset on it. Believe that you can have it. Believe that you can afford that car. You can afford this home. When you speak like that, affirmations, guys, it changes your life. And I know these things because I sit and I learn about them. I've learned about how to be confident. I've learned how to be a better communicator. I was literally in a cafe today watching a podcast with Mel Robbins and the #1 business and Harvard educator on communication, I believe. I forget her name, but I was literally there like trying to learn more about how to be a better communicator because I can apply that to my job where I train people and I'm sitting there for an hour with clients. I mean, I'm better than anyone, trust me. All these different things I just want to share with you guys because I wish someone was telling me, like, if you don't know how to get wealthy, if you want to get wealthy, and that's like kind of like everyone's main goal is like, first of all, every day waking up and doing what you love, but of course having enough money to live comfortably, to live happily, because unfortunately money does give you comfort. It puts you at ease. It saves you a lot of time, right? And I think that the first way, the best thing that you can do for yourself with no money, with no resources of people to help you and guide you, get on your phone that we all have, that you're probably watching this on, get on your device, go to the library and use your computer if you want, and just learn anything. Learn how to talk to people. Learn sales. Like, learn a bunch of things. I feel like I can go and take on a sales job, and I remember wanting to so bad because they say that that's like the best earning job to have. And I realized that me training people is sales. I'm literally trying to, it's my first chance I have with people to try and train with them for the first time, and I have to sell my coaching to them. Why they should stay with me, why they want to train with me. And because I learn about communication, I have the ability to confidently speak to them and to connect. It's literally domino effect that you can do anything if you're willing to put at least 1 hour of your day to just learn. It has changed my life. It's incredible. And I know I'm going to get far. See, I learned about affirmations. Speaking like this has changed my life. I wanted to learn about how to have a healthier mindset, how to be happier. I literally would not be able to share all this content and this value with you guys had I not taken the time out of my day to learn, to sit there and listen to podcasts. And it's not because I didn't want to, it's because I really wanted to. I wanted to change my life. And now I get to change other people's lives. I get to influence people. And it's incredible. It's such a good feeling. It's so fulfilling to know that I can sit here, upload this video and share it with you guys, and someone is going to take something away from this, and someone is going to feel that they learned something and they got inspired and they're going to run with it and they're going to grow for themselves. Like, how incredible is that? If we can all help each other out, we can learn through each other, we can learn through YouTube, we can learn through books. It's so cool. To each their own. You can do whatever you want, but this is a tip that I've done for myself. It's changed my life, and it's only helping me grow more and more to that person that I want to become, to that success that I want to achieve. And you too are deserving of that life, okay? I love you guys. I hope this helped. I hope it's inspiring you. Just take 1 hour of your day to learn something. Try it out. Love you guys.